What's up,
What up, guys?
Whoa, I just got a notification on my YouTube, on my thing, that you guys are live. I've never got that before. That's weird. I'm being serious. That's weird. Why did I get that now?
Right. I don't know. Maybe you recently subscribed?
I've been subscribed. That's
What up, guys? Welcome to the 30th episode.
For the 30th episode,
dudes.
I will be doing it shirtless. So if you guys are watching, you're in for a treat. And if you're not watching, use your imagination.
Yeah, guys, if you want to watch live or just see the video version of this podcast, because we're on iTunes and Google Play, go to YouTube, look up Random Tech. That's T3K. And, you can search 2 Random Dudes. That'll come up. 2 Random Dudes podcast. Watch us live, and you can see all our silly faces and Jin's naked body right now. He's not wearing any pants.
I am wearing pants. Do you want to see? I'm kidding. All right, let's go. Topic 1. Bam!
Well, I was just saying, right now it's 9 o'clock Eastern, Sunday, and the Grammys are on. I started watching a little bit, so that's good. That's good. HQ Trivia Sundays at 9, $15,000. Was ready to play, and the first question was, "What noise does a cow make?"
And Gio did not know. Hold on. Did you not answer it? You didn't answer it, right? You did it. No. Just answer yes or no. And he did not answer it. Because in your mind you were like,
so fast.
No. In your mind you were like, is it arf or is it meow? And because you couldn't decide those other ones, you were like, I'll leave it alone. So in any case, Gio bombed out on the first one, which is good because that means we can move on to the next topic. Because I never got up on that HQ trivia. How many of your friends? I'm curious. Because you know how you try to get your friends up on this stuff? How many of your friends actually got on it?
Most of my family did. I'm usually way before other people are. So, it's not there yet, but, they're going to be like 3 months from now. Have you heard of this game called HQ Trivia? And then they're going to be using other people's referrals, even though I put mine out there.
What's that one? Words with Friends. Remember that?
Yeah, Words with Friends.
Were you the first?
I mean, it was pretty early on that. Like, pretty much when it blew up and everybody wanted to play it, I was done with it already. I don't know. I sound like an asshole right now.
You sound like you're one of those I'm too good for it. I'm too good for
no,
all
it's
this,
it's like you hear a song, let's say you get Kendrick Lamar's album and it dropped on that, Thursday or whatever, and you got it. And you just listen to it and oh, I like this song, damn. And you just listen to it over and over and over and over. And then it comes on the radio 6 months later when it's you literally played it out yourself. And now it's on every radio station. It's on every commercial. And then you go in your buddy's car and he's like, yo, you heard this new song? And then it's
hold on,
not that I'm too cool or anything. It's just, no, because it's, for me, maybe it's me. Because I'll explain it. I don't like old music anymore. I like newer music. So, for example, Biggie's album, right? Great album. And I still like the songs. But would that be in my iPod? No. Would I load it up?
Wait, who's a really cool hip hop artist that is really mainstream now that you're he's overplayed? Is it Lil Uzi or whatever?
He almost won a Grammy for Best New Artist. So it was him, Tyler Creator's not new. It was Alicia Cara. Who else was in that?
What I'm saying is, are they played out now because
No, they're not played out. They'll come out with a new song or something. But I'm talking about the specific song. Daddy Yankee. What's that one song? Luis Fonsi. Was that Despacito? Right?
Oh, God.
Would you not say that song is played out now?
No, I'll tell you what song is played out, but yet when it comes on, especially when you, Gio, are drunk, like, but it, I say you, but like everybody too. You know what song I'm talking about? They played at the weddings, they played at the clubs, and it's stupid as hell, but yet everybody goes crazy.
Are you gonna say this song? Because I hate this song. Engine,
Number 9. Oh my god,
I hate that song.
me too. But yet when it comes on, you can't help but you're like, oh shit, I'm drunk. There's 9 engines. But yeah, it's a stupid song.
No, I don't like. See, that's an example right there. It's
but in your mind though, you're like you're singing. You're like, on the New York.
If anything, I'm dancing because I'm at my friend's wedding and I don't want to be like, this is shitty music. I'm just having fun, you know. But honestly, no, I hate that song, and I knew you were gonna say it.
Me too. Me too. I know. I don't like that song.
So what I was trying to say is like, okay, you know, I loved Wu-Tang, I loved Biggie, right? But like, if I had nowadays, obviously, you have unlimited gigs of storage in music space. But if I have an iPod and I have 2 gigs, I'm not putting those songs on there. I'm just putting newer songs. Or if I'm on the radio, like more often, you'll see me listening to newer songs than like playing 80s on 8, you know, playing 90s songs. Like I like them, but I don't know. I just like to listen to like the newer stuff. So I'll be listening to it when it comes out, but people will be listening to it when it becomes popular. And at that point, I've already listened to it a lot. So it's just a thing for me. Maybe it's just me. I don't like older music. Like I'll put on Spotify like new top hits. That's like the playlist I use a lot. What are the top hits right now? I'm not going back. I'm not playing like some old RZA, Jizza, Method Man albums, which I used to love, but I'm not putting them on. It's just
so you're all about the newer music, which is cool. For me, it's I'll say lately I've been reliving a lot of older music and actually liking it more, and it's kind of sad. So like today, right? I was playing Linkin Park in the car.
Katrina was just saying that too.
And here, you know what? What about how I play Linkin Park in the car with my son?
No, we were talking about going to concerts, and she doesn't like to be, you know, in a place that's just so crazy, you know, all the craziness, lots of people. And now she's like regretting it. Like, I wish I would have seen them in concert because now you can't technically.
So
right. So we were just talking about Linkin Park like 10 minutes ago.
Let me ask you. And I don't know if you guys had this conversation, but how do you explain to Sebi what happened to Chester Bennington?
How do you explain? I don't know if that would even come up in a conversation.
Let's say if
he asked me.
Let's say if it did.
Okay. Yeah, I would talk about I would probably talk about it with Sebi. Sebi's older. It's harder to understand when they're a kid, but he's older. I think he would understand. I would talk to him about it.
You would openly talk to him about the fact that he was suicidal and he killed himself, and
and what it means, and that people are sad, and what depression means, and that there's people to help and love you, and you know, let them know that.
Sebi is how old?
9.
Okay, Sebi's 9 years old. My son is 6, and so I get a little bit worried about it because, and he did ask because he was like, Dad, I want to see these people do live because we were listening to a live version, and he's like, Dad, I want to see. I was like, well, you can't. He's dead. And then he's like, well, what happened? And then I kind of changed the topic because I don't feel like he's at the age where I can talk about like, oh, he was sad, so he killed himself. And then I'm like, how do I explain it to you who's 6? You're curious about the world and you're still learning so many other things. I don't know if I want to kind of say like, yeah, if you're upset, some people will kill themselves. We know it's not right, but then how do you address it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I agree. You're his dad, so whenever those things on your kids, so you know what's best for your kid. For me, like you said, Sebi, it wouldn't be maybe me, maybe it'd be his parents that can discuss it with him. But I feel like he is at an age, he's learning like things, you know, he's growing up now, you know, so I think it would be a good age for him. But again, that's not my kid.
Wait a second. Does that mean that he knows about the birds and the bees?
I think he knows about it. It's not talked about, but I know his parents like allow him to watch some stuff. They cover his eyes, but if it comes on, like, he knows about it. He's on YouTube.
I mean, he
has a
has
regular
to.
account.
Yeah, he has to
He
know
has
about it.
free
Between that,
range. He can search. He can Google. He
Google. Yeah,
knows.
that's so
I think
crazy.
I had Facts of Life class in 5th grade, and I was 10. So he's 9. So I had the class when I was 10, which is a year from where he is. But before that, I was already at my friend's house, like looking at Playboys and like, oh, look at this and look at that, and
Wait, at
learning
10?
about stuff. So, oh yeah, I was young. Everything was young for me.
At 10 years old, you were looking at stuff like that?
Yeah, you're looking at it because you're looking at your son now, but obviously he's not gonna come to you and be like, "Daddy, guess what I looked at today?" And but like kids are doing stuff nowadays.
Well, listen, no.
Especially the way Google is and stuff.
No, but like what I'm saying is, I understand that now, but I'm talking about you.
Yeah,
how the hell did
back in the day when the internet wasn't around, like your parents maybe had like magazines, like Playboys. Well, see, that's you. You had a different life experience.
My parents never shared cock rings with me either, though.
Well, see, you're not as
were we supposed
open.
to talk about that?
I'm sure we did.
I know. So
maybe you're not, maybe you're not open up with yourself, enough, Jen. Is there anything, you want to open up about?
One of the first experience was, I think I was in middle school, probably like 7th or 8th grade, because I remember I was walking home from school, and I walked by the USPS building, and it was like right behind the USPS truck. I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's a magazine. And I was like, oh, it's weird. Why is there a magazine over there? So I took a look. I'm like, what the shit is this? And it was just like vaginas, penises, pubic hair, because back then pubic hair was still a thing, And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I think it was Hustler.
I worked at Dunkin' Donuts when I was a teenager, and we were right next to, I think it was a Palmer Video, which is kind of like a Blockbuster. And they threw out, older movies or duplicate movies, and like they threw out some of the porn movies at a porn section.
Get out! You used to collect porn from the Palmer Video.
They would throw it out, and it would be in the dumpster right where I would throw out like bad old food. So it would be right there, like open up. It was crazy, and I was friends with them too, so they would let me. Oh, we're throwing out extra copies of Titanic later today. It was just
sure. Titanic.
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 Oh, wow, that conversation like veered off. I was talking about like the Grammys.
I know. What the hell were we talking about?
Quickly.
By the way, this
I was brought up
podcast.
Short, meaning an hour.
Pretty much.
So I was just saying, yeah, like newer music. I don't know. I feel like I don't think you listen to like the radio or new music. So like best rap album, Kendrick Lamar. I mean, he beat out Jay-Z, which obviously I like Kendrick Lamar's album better, but like think about it, like Jay-Z's a legend, right? And I know he's not new anymore, but
maybe now's the time he recognized he is a legend and he shouldn't be, messing around anymore. Look at Metallica. They tried to make a run for it, and their time was over. It feels me?
But you're not you don't listen to like, you're not a new music person. You don't know that, you don't follow that kind of stuff, right?
I don't. I listen to like the top 40s, and then I'm like, that's it.
Oh, Khalid. He was also a new artist coming up with Alyssa Cara. He was in the running.
Young, dumb, and broke. I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but Alyssa won.
Cool.
I like her songs. Scars are beautiful. I think she deserves it.
Cool. That's what this is something that I just unfortunately have too much of like input on, because I just don't watch TV. I don't even know. Is it Grammys? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Or is it the BET Awards?
Why don't you turn it on? It's on CBS. Put it on your TV right now.
I could probably put it on, but I honestly don't even know how to turn on like regular TV, because the only thing I do is I watch Netflix, and even then I'm not caught up. Like I'm not caught up on House of Cards. I'm not caught up with Black Mirror, and those are the shows that I wanted to watch, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, same. I watch Black Mirror, but I'm not caught up on that either.
That's what I'm saying. Man.
I wanted to go today. My fault. I ended up falling asleep. I took a nap instead, and now my gym's closed.
Wow.
So I didn't get to go.
Can I segue from that into a hopefully what will be a paid commercial for my gym, which I support and I love, and I'm going to tell you why.
Planet Fitness?
Planet Fitness. I'm going to tell everybody why.
I've been saying, you know, since I've been going with you, I've been saying like, oh, it's not bad. Not bad as the commercials
here's the thing.
Make it look.
Yeah, it really isn't. When you get that whole entire image of what a meathead is supposed to be like and what a, you know, hardcore gym fanatic is supposed to be, then I guess it makes more sense. But if you still want to live that like stigma of being a meathead and give me that jug of water and let me lunk around. Anyway, Planet Fitness for their business model is absolutely amazing. Give you an example. Today, I went to my brother's house who lives in Freehold, and I knew I wanted to go to the gym, and I had my son. So what I did was I dropped my son off, and he was playing with my nephew, and I took my other nephew. And the thing was, I didn't plot out where Planet Fitness was going to be because I knew that there was going to be a Planet Fitness within a 10-minute drive from wherever my brother lived. And sure enough, there was a 7-minute drive to Planet Fitness, and I was able to use my membership, which is the black card, to get myself in and to get my nephew in. We both worked out, and then we both got the massage chairs, each. So for $20 a month, I can go to any Planet Fitness. I could bring a guest. I mean, it's so worth it, in my opinion. And it has every single equipment that you could possibly need if you're not like a meathead and like, I'm going to throw the weights around, you know. I don't know what I have to say, but, you know. But yeah, I mean, so basically if you take care of the equipment, you're respectful, you know, it's a really good facility. Would you agree? What the hell is this? What the hell was that?
I had an itch.
Well, everybody that's watching,
you.
Nobody itches like this. My name is Gio, and I itch like this.
So how would you itch? Like this?
Basically, I'll go like this.
How would you itch a scratch right there?
Hold on, everybody, just so you know, Gio had an itch on his pointer finger, right? Is that what this is?
Index and pointer.
Yeah, and he itched it by grasping it like he's grasping a shaft, and then going kind of like sideways with it as if he's like, you know, masturbating.
There's more nails, right? So if you have a scratch, if you have a itch in your back, right? You don't scratch like this. You gotta watch the video, guys.
Okay.
You scratch with all your fingers so that you get more coverage.
Okay,
so with this same thing, I was scratching with more fingers to get more coverage.
Okay, here's how I would scratch. And maybe I'm so, you know, weirdly different. I would just go like this.
So what do you like? Now you look like you're diddling a V.
No, but I'm look. I'm getting the
turntable. No, you're not, because you're also going one at a time. I'm getting all four. Okay, do all four like that at the same time.
No, but it all feels the same now. If I go like this, different fingers have different sizes, almost like lengths. So it covers it. I feel like it covers it at a deeper level. So as opposed to going like this, it's all the same.
No, it covers it on like a rhythmic level, like you're trying to do.
You were going like this. No, you're going like.
I was getting all four at the same time.
It's like you're filing your nails down almost. It's weird, man. I don't know. I think it's a little bit weird. You guys tweet Gio and tell him what you think in terms of how he scratches his one finger.
Efficiently was the best way to scratch my finger. because it was the most amount of to skin ratio.
Next time there's an itch, I just scratched my itch, by the way. Look, I just had an itch on my back, and I went like this with my thumb. I went one thumb looking for that area. Should I have gone like this?
That's because it was out of the way. You can't reach it like that.
I probably could have if I had gone like this and then.
If you asked your significant other to scratch your back, they're not gonna go like this on your back. They're just gonna go like this. Get most amount of finger.
Or they would go like this.
But why does it have to be the DJ claw? You know, like see, if anybody was a DJ, they know how they do the, what do you call it? The left and right wheel. Okay. You kind of go like this.
I'll tell you.
It's called a crab. It's called the crab scratch. No, when you scratch somebody's back, you scratch it like this. You don't go like this.
I'll tell you what. Okay, different strokes for different folks. When I scratch, I like to be like. I mean, I do scratch like this too, but like if I'm scratching, I also like to be like this too.
No, I'm gonna really experience. I'm gonna ask people that this is a retarded conversation, but that does not make sense.
That word anymore, man. What's the matter with you? We just got demonetized. Thanks.
Demonetized anyway.
No, hold on.
Our channel.
Our initial. Okay. Which means, guys, get up on our views. Anyway, our real topic was this, okay? It was this. Actually, it was more like a stroking than it was a scratching. Anyway, we can move on.
Yeah, because it looks funny, but the reason I was doing it, now it makes sense, but it doesn't to you, I guess. I'm going to see who scratches like this. I'll ask. I'll get back to you.
I digress. I just wanted to say that. I think people say that, don't they? They say I digress. All right.
So back to the Planet Fitness ad.
No,
that's our sponsors this week.
Pay us. I love you. I have a 6-pack. I'm flexing for you. I'm vouching for you. I really like your gym. Pay us. All right, next.
I agree, though. I think a lot of locations help. I think it's a very cheap price for what you get. Bring a friend, and there's all these other perks, you know, and it's a nice facility. So I agree. You know, I pay $30 for my gym. One facility I can use. They do have a lot of amenities, but you know, I can't complain. But it is obviously more than $10. So I guess that's the only complaint.
I do have a complaint though, which is it sucks because I get tanning as part of my package, right? And I am actually tanning right now. However, when you first sign up,
you don't like that kind of tanning. It's like skin cancer tanning.
I mean, it all is. Explain to you.
Tan, not spray tan.
I'm sure spray tan's bad in its own right. Anyway, let me explain. When you first sign up for the tanning, right? They make you fill out this questionnaire, and the dude at front desk was like, "Dude, just fill it out, whatever you got to do, just to get it over with." And it took me like almost 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, it's no big deal. So I was like, you know what? My eyes have been really sensitive lately. So I put that. And then I'm like, you know what? Since I'm fairly new to tanning again, I'm probably going to burn fairly easy. So I did all these things, right? And at the end, they were like, you can only go in for a max of 8 minutes. I was like, why? They're like, well, because we've determined that you're very sensitive to the sun. I'm like, not really. I mean, in the beginning, maybe. They're like, well, listen, we can't change it now. Like, if we were to change it, we have to change your whole entire contract. So,
wait, but why? So why would you want to be in there more than 8 minutes? That's
because a normal.
That's how
tanning,
much I used to.
No, normal tanning is I think like 15 minutes. Go ahead, Google it. Google it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember it being that long. I remember I used to go back in the day.
I'm Googling it right now. Average.
Here, you want me to share my screen and do it? Share. Yeah. Average
we could just talk.
tanning bedtime. Well, I'm sharing my screen so that it's not just 20 minutes of exposure in tanning bed may equal up to 2 hours spent on the beach.
Boom, boom. You owe me a Planet Fitness
3 to 6
membership
times
now.
more intense than sunlight. How long should I tan in a tanning bed?
How long would you tan
20-minute
if and
bed. You're
tan
using
could
a
tan
bed
bed?
with lower pressure lamps. So I guess if you have a stronger one, the 20-minute beds are probably average longest exposure beds that a salon will have. Maybe you should try
Wait.
using a bed.
What kind of beds are they referring to? Because you know the new beds are all stand up now, most of them.
The thing is, even here it says you're training about 4 to 6 times. These beds are 10 to 12 minutes. They tan deeper layers. So, I mean, I guess it depends on the machine you're on.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm 8 minutes, so I feel gypped, and I also don't feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting a tan in 8 minutes. So there's that. Anyway, do we even start on any of our topics yet?
Well, I did have my first two topics were Grammys and fitness, that we're back in the gym. We're talking about gyms. Yeah, technically, yes.
Okay, cool.
I looked in
So
the folder to see your topics. I didn't see any there.
I was getting ready to add it, and then we started. So anyway, the other topic I want to talk about was Steve Wynn. Did you hear about this guy?
No, what's going on?
He just got hit by the Me Too movement,
Oh
and
no! So who's
he just
Steve
stepped
Wynn?
down. Wynn Vegas.
Oh,
the dude is like a billionaire.
Steve Wynn.
WYNN. Yeah.
Why did net worth come up as the first thing?
Because the dude is a billionaire.
The fallout ripples as Republicans see why Trump can't quit.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, in the short end of things,
going to the news. I see the Me Too. Like he got basically like he was harassing people. Here you go.
Sexual harassment.
Casino mogul accused of decades of sexual misconduct. Whoa, look at his face.
The dude's like 90, I think. Let him
it looks like it's melting.
Yeah, well, look, when you're 90, you won't look like that. You'll be happy if you're still alive by then.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, no, I didn't hear about it. Go ahead. Talk about it.
No, I mean, there really isn't anything to talk about. He stepped down just like, I think, today. Allegations that by a few women, and yeah, that's it. I mean, there isn't anything more than that, other than the fact that he's got the Wynn hotels and everything, and the dude's worth $3.5 billion, but he's got to step down in his role. I don't know what that really means because we had talked about Mara, was it Batali? He stepped down. Now, does that mean that they're not getting paid more, or does that mean that, hey, I still want you guys to pay me just as much? It's just that I'm going to be stepping down, in air quotes there.
Yeah.
Meaning it's a publicity stunt, whatever that may mean in that regard. So
yeah.
Anyway, there's Steve Wynn, and I think I wanted to talk about something that was more like technology driven, but we're not going to go there because me and technology, I'll rant on, and you guys don't want to hear about it. So let's talk.
I mean, what is it about? Or maybe you can give us short synopsis of it.
Now, okay, so Nikon basically somehow became first over Canon and Sony. So there's like a whole entire race war. Yeah, in terms of like, their cameras and everything like that, in terms of camera sales. So it's very exciting right now in the camera world if anybody cares, because Sony is innovating. Nikon is also innovating, in terms of like their cameras that they're putting out. But Canon is behind, but this year I think they're going to step it up. Both Canon and Nikon, I think they're going to have a really solid offering that's going to give the A7R3 a run for its money. And that's the camera I shoot with now. It is amazeballs. I love it, and I love it so much that I don't even want to walk around with it because it's like my pride and joy. So, so anyway, there was that, and then there was the whole entire my excitement in terms of getting a new flash modifier, which is so boring. You guys don't care to talk about. You guys don't even care to understand it. So let's go ahead.
This is the MagMod, right?
The MagMod. We had talked about this.
I know what's up, bro.
Okay, no. We had talked about this because it what the hell dance was that? Is that the new That's the new Kali dance?
Kali dance. No, that's hitting the folk, bro.
Oh, hidden folk. Oh. Anyway, so shit like this gets you thinking, right? So MagMod is such a crazy concept. So before MagMod, people used to use these these contraptions to modify their flash. I actually have one. So if you'll hold, I'll grab it. It's very quick. I just upgraded. So this is the old school way of doing it. So let's just say here's your flash, right? For everybody that's listening, I'm holding up a standard speed light, regular flash. And the way that people would mod it, if they wanted to like add a modifier, is they would put this contraption on, and oh, it's too tight, so you got to loosen it up. So now that you loosen it, you have to secure the Velcro. So now you have this, which gives a beam of light, but it's not anything different. So now if you want to add a modifier, you go like this, which then you put into there, and then you have to take this there, and then you attach the Velcro, this strap that then stays on here. And so now what you have is a adapter that, hold on, I'll go ahead and see that. Do you see that? You see the flash output, the way it beams out? It's different than this. Listen, see? Did you see it? How like the flash hit everywhere on the wall too? Look. But if I put it on here, it just goes forward. But do you see how much of a pain in the ass it is to just put on? See how it doesn't hit the wall, it goes directly forward. So anyway, the end result's the same, but the means to get there is very different. With MagMod, such a genius and stupid easy thing, all they've done is they've made magnets out of these things. And so it's like a rubber piece that stretches, and then magnets that come on here, boom, there you go. Now I just added that adapter. I want to add another one, boom, add another one, add another one. You can stack them. It's so incredibly easy. I can't believe that nobody else thought about it beforehand. It's been out, I think, for 2 years. It's revolutionized the wedding industry because wedding photographers really utilize that system, because in a given wedding day, of the events that happen within the hour, and like as photographers, we want to provide the best light, but the best light usually comes from large light sources like big soft boxes. But now these things can offer a means to the point. It's cool. I bought a set. I'm going to use it this year. Next.
No, I get it. I think that was interesting. I mean, that wasn't too techy. I think why I liked it too was the idea behind it.
It invokes thought, right?
Well, for us at least, we got that entrepreneurial spirit and thought process. It's not so much the industry, the camera, but that you can take a problem that exists, and even if it's not a problem, but make something that everybody uses and make it better. How so? Better. Make it lighter, make it faster to attach. You're saving second. Oh, it's only saving second. Somebody asked me the other day. We were talking about Alexa and Google Home, and I was like, yeah, my whole house is wired. Make your life better. Like, is it really worth it? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know anybody that comes to my house and isn't impressed or doesn't want to do it to their own house. Maybe they don't do it, but they're like, oh, that's cool. Like, because even back in the day in like the 80s or 90s, remember the clapper? When you clap on.
I still have one of those.
Right. So you're in your bed and you go, oh, I forgot to turn off my light. Right. So it's like you have to get out of your bed, turn off your light. But the clapper made it so simple. Right. So now I can just be like, Alexa, turn off my lights. Alexa, turn on Fox. Alexa, put on ABC, or what time is the Grammys on tonight? Or whatever it is. Like, it makes it simpler, makes my life simpler. Things happen faster. I don't have to get up. I would go to like somebody else's house and watch a movie, and they go to every room to turn off a light switch, the kitchen light switch, the living room light switch, dining room light switch.
In the back of your mind, you're like,
remote. Yeah, they get one remote, change the TV from TV to HDMI 1. Then they have to get the other remote with the Amazon Fire and then turn the Fire TV on to watch like Netflix or something like that. Whereas I go, Alexa, turn on movie mode. Like the lights dim or turn off, TV changes input. I mean, so somebody asked me that, and I'm like, yeah.
Not everybody as advanced as we or you are, sir.
No, that's not the point. The point is, if you're creating an idea, if there's a need for it, or you can make someone's life better with whatever you're making, there's a potential business right there. That's the point.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. But no, I mean, that not only is that technology like that much better, it's to the point where they charge like, I want to say they charge like 3 times more. And this company, I thought it was already charging a lot because I spent, I think it was like $70 just on the basic kit. And then I got all their modifiers, which were like, their modifiers were, I think, $30 to $40 each. I got 2 of them. So I'm basically like $150 in. This new set, I'm spending $200 basically, and it's for similar. So it's a little bit more, you know, but again, for what it is, for the versatility of having it, it's also like very collapsible versus mine. It's like, it's got these like weird metallic wires that can fold, and these things are just straight up plastic. Or rubber. It's like moldable rubber that has magnets on it. It's like, what a crazy easy concept. Fudge. Anyway,
I'm just looking at your background. So interesting. Yeah, I see the masturbation lotion. Is that a wine bottle?
I got out of the bath, and yes, I took my lotion because I put my lotion on in the living room. And remember I was telling you how I don't drink? Remember we had this conversation earlier?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't drink much. So this bottle, this big red bottle over here was from not a year ago, but I think 3 years ago.
It's probably skunked. Throw it out.
No. Don't they say that like red wine ages and it gets better?
Yeah, when it's still sealed and like there's no, air and bacteria in it.
That thing hasn't been opened. That's my point.
Oh.
None of these are open.
Yeah.
No.
I thought you meant you used it and then it's okay. No, yeah, it should be fine.
The point is that I don't drink, and that's the reason. I just don't drink. I can't find anybody to even drink that with. I'll bring it out to one of our BYOBs, and they'll be like, I don't know. Actually, we could probably, you and your friends could probably hammer it down like it ain't shit. Find a BYOB.
I mean, I'm not a wine person, but I'm sure. Bring it over to a party next time. I don't know.
Find a BYOB and let's go. Let's go. Let's do it.
We were just at a BOB on Friday.
Okay. We'll do it again.
Well, next weekend.
There's nothing going on.
Actually, there is because I'll be away. But yeah, nothing going on because you don't have Caden. I've got a couple trips coming up. Next weekend is a water park, indoor water park, because it's still cold over here. So I'm doing a whole weekend Friday.
Wait. So then I could go with you then. Shit. What day?
But you don't have Caden.
Wait, what day are you going? Is it Friday?
We're leaving Friday during the day.
There you go.
Coming back like Sunday.
Dude, then I might be able to meet you guys down there Friday. We'll talk about it.
Oh, you'll have okay, Friday during the day. Yeah. So hit me up. I'll tell you when we're leaving.
All right, we'll talk about it. Anyway.
After that, I'm going to Miami.
Is that the Miami dance?
Yeah, I guess. So that's why, gotta get back in it. Gotta get in shape. I'm a little, out of shape right now. So just a little.
Dad bod mode. You know what the funny thing is? I'm totally in shape for Miami right now. Like I've been dieting. Like I'm like shredded, and I should be going to Miami, but I ain't going to nowhere.
When are you have any plans to go? Have you seen Sonny's new house yet?
No, I haven't been down there. No.
Maybe we should make plans and make the plans when we're there. We'll be there in March too.
Boom. I know the weekend we tried to do this. And the weekend that I wanted to go, which is the weekend that you guys are going to go for WMC, Caden doesn't have off from school yet. He has off after that weekend, which
we
throws a little.
Yeah, Gigi's still in daycare, so taking her out of school doesn't matter. And we're bringing her, which is crazy. We're bringing a kid to Miami. So,
It's
I
not
mean,
crazy.
Sonny's got a kid too.
Good, and everybody, it'll be fine. You guys will be good. I already saw Sonny's story. They're out in SLS this past weekend.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, next topic.
All right, let me see. I think I got like 2 more here. So I was, browsing around looking for some news, what are we going to talk about? And I get to an article which was on Forbes. Yeah, so this is the conversation piece here. Not so much about Forbes and that you can't read their article without one of 2 things.
Oh, you have to sign in or you have to pay, right?
Right. You have to pay. You have to have a Forbes login. Use your Google or Facebook. Put ad block on whitelist so you can see that there are ads. So I get why they're doing it, right? Me personally, sometimes I just want to read an article, go through all that. Sometimes I like the site and I'll sign up and I'll do that. But sometimes I think for the principal, which might be Forbes, I'm like, you want me to take my ad blocker off. That's why I have it, because it's annoying, but you have ads so you can make money. I get it. But for me, all I did was I went back to Google for another same ad that didn't have this blocker.
Well, it would be a different article, though. But it would be a different article, not that article.
Right, it's a different article
written by Forbes and their contributors.
But if it's Steve Wynn accused of sexual misconduct, right, obviously other news articles are going to have the same stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but again, you don't have the opinion or the expertise of the Forbes writer. That's their proprietary knowledge.
That's fine, because you really shouldn't be getting your news from only one source of, one source.
Right. But when it comes to Forbes, they're kind of it's not just Forbes. I think New York Times does it too, don't they?
No, New York Times has like kind of a limit where you can only read 10 articles in one day or something like that.
But that's what I'm saying, that there's something.
Right, there's something, because they, can't make money. Nobody's buying newspapers anymore, so they have to make money in other ways. But there's also articles on some websites that just do things for the clickbait. Like, for example, I follow a YouTuber day in and day out, so I know his humor, I know the person and the personality, and then they say something, the article will twist it and get clicks into that article so they can get more ads on it and they can make more money. And I'm like, that's not news. You just twisted it just so you can get people, because your shit's dying. Like, nobody's watching the nightly news on NBC anymore. People are watching their news on YouTube or whatever it is. So part of it is,
you talking about Vitali?
No, I'm just in general. Actually, it was PewDiePie was who I was talking about, but I don't know. That was the topic here itself. Like, you Google it and then go to another place that provides it. What do you do? I mean, what's your stance on?
I do that.
Things, paying for ads, looking for.
I do exactly what you just said. What I would do is like, oh shit, I can't read this. I have to sign in. Sometimes I'll just use it to be like, all right, and to determine which one I use, I'm like, all right, if it's just something that, let's just say it's more that I don't want other people to see, I'll be like, all right, I'll just sign in with Facebook to see what types of permissions they allow, and then I'll be like, all right, fine. Most times though, I just hit back and then go to the next article.
Yeah. I don't know. So, in the beginning, they were, because I remember, I think I might have tweeted about it a long time ago. They really just blocked you because you had an ad blocker. And I'm like, what did 10% of the people use ad blockers? Really? You're going to block us? Now they're giving more options. So I like that. You have a Forbes login, add to whitelist. You have sign in with Google or Facebook. So they're giving you more options at least. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to go somewhere else, right, if I can't get it. So that's fine. It can hurt them. It can help them. I don't know. I'm sure my money hurt them, but everybody has a choice. And, that's mine. I just wanted to see what your opinion was.
Yeah, I'm like you in that sense, man. I was like,
I know some people, like John, for example. John, our friend, would pay, right? Because he hates ads, right? And if he thought, it was worth it, and not saying if I don't think it's worth it. If it's worth it, I'll pay, right? If it's a developer, if it's an app or something like that. Well, most times I don't feel like it is the app for free. And then if I really love it, go, how can I support you? And then give money. That's me. Everybody's different. But like knowing that he gave it for free and then realizing how much hard work he pulled in because I'm satisfied, not like pay me first before you even use it or something like that. So, all right. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this story here?
U.S. soldiers are revealing sensitive and dangerous information by jogging. I think I saw it and I didn't click on it. Go ahead, tell us more.
So they are basically using Fitbits. Oh. And it's tracking, obviously, your runs. Even if you're not running, you're walking, right? So you can see clearly here the map, and different colors show how many more times in a day or how many people are frequenting that area. So these are bases. This one's in Afghanistan, right? So it shows it. So it could be up for an attack or show where people are at certain times of the day. So if it got hacked, the database. So, I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it is, I guess information that they didn't think of. Now, is
this information public, or is somehow, some way, people in Afghanistan are somehow, hacking?
Well, think about it.
Hacking Fitbit to get this information.
Well, this is what I want to say. Like, if you're in the Army, right, or you're in a secret mission or whatever it is, and you have certain level of security clearance, like certain products, like, a laptop that's encrypted, or your cell phone that comes directly from your job because they probably put some, some privacies and stuff on it. Well, Fitbit, that's just a normal thing everybody has, and people want to track their fitness, but obviously that wasn't like given to them by the government. They got it on their own, right? So that is tracking their information.
Right, but Fitbit as a company
the Fitbit
powering this
right
information.
What it does oh, sorry, I thought your audio is like cutting out, and I thought you weren't talking, but I think you were.
Yeah, what I said was, how is Fitbit obtaining and releasing this information? What are they doing with the information that they're getting from these, let's say, soldiers?
So if you know how Fitbit works, it tracks, right, your steps and stuff about you, maybe even run paths that you take, and it also shares it to this like community, right? So that you can share it. You can choose not to share it. But also part of this app, there's an app called Strava. I also use it too. Another app from Casey Neistat was using it for his runs. I also use it too. But you can choose to share it. You can choose to not share it, but it tracks your stuff. And by you using that, you're putting information out there that if you're working in a government or secret type of stuff, that's just bad. So not only is it whether you can share it, yes, you can be private, whatever it is, it's still tracking, right? And if that database gets hacked or gets leaked or whatever you want to call it, it's out there now. So,
but hold on. Okay, I agree with you, but all they have to do is say, listen, if you have a Fitbit, you just can't share your information with any databases. Just like if we're going to give you our proprietary info, you can't share it. Simple as that. Because you could say the same thing about somebody that's going to go on, let's say, Snapchat and be like, oh, I'm going to take a snap of this like picture of this building, and then they're going to go to the geo filter, and that geo filter is going to be like, oh, he's in Hamilton. Does that mean that soldiers aren't allowed to use Snapchat? Or does that mean Snapchat?
That's the question here.
Right, or Snapchat isn't allowed to give soldiers information as such? I mean,
that's the question here. Like I know I have friends and family that work for a government contracting agency, and they have really high level security clearance, and their laptops and cell phones are encrypted on different levels that I've never seen because I don't have that stuff. You know, so is that's the question here. It's like, are they allowed to use it? And if they are, should there be limits on it? Because it is tracking and creating information that, if leaked or if hacked, can cause a lot of trouble.
I know that, but like now that I'm looking at it, I'm looking at my phone and I'm thinking about all the apps that collect data, right? Data that could be used, whether it be good or bad. It's just data, and data is very important in terms of communication and what the enemy needs to know. So like my rewards app, right? That collects data based on where I've been, and it tells me, it gives me opportunity to review the places that I've been and things like that, the types of money that I use to pay. So like that is also another security issue. So is like dating apps.
But we're not talking about you. In this example here, we're talking about soldiers in Afghanistan.
Right. They probably okay. So are you saying that a soldier in Afghanistan can't use Tinder?
I'm not saying that. That's the question here. This is what we're talking about. The topic.
Okay. Well, let me ask you. Do you think they can?
I'm all about the internet and the data and sharing, and I don't care that a store I'm walking into scans my face and knows I'm a size whatever in jeans, and and
now they're going to target those ads for you.
Yeah, fine, I get it. I'm for that. That's not what I'm saying. It's like, what about obviously soldiers, right? Giving away locations or where people are in a certain building if it was attacked. Should they have it? I don't know. I just saw this article today. It was just like, oh, that's interesting. So what does that mean?
Yeah,
does that mean that they have to work with Fitbit for a special program for these guys, or work out their own fitness tracking so that if they want to track, they can, but they can't use certain? I don't know. I don't even know. Do soldiers, are they allowed to have phones and turn on location data, and Snapchat and all that? Because what if they're out in the field and they're working and their phone rings, right? That doesn't sound like something that they would be allowed to do. Oh, just make sure before you go on the mission today, put your phone on silent and turn off GPS location so that you can't be tracked. Like, I would assume that stuff.
That sounds about right. I think that's what they do, right? Or they would get government phones, right?
Yeah. So I guess it's a little of, we don't really know how it works. You don't know what you don't know, right? And I guess not until recently, until this information came out in a news article, did we really think about it. Oh yeah, these Army guys probably have Fitbits, and they're probably sending their information out. Is that a thing? We need to not only limit them having phones, but now we maybe need to limit them having Fitbits, and we need to limit them having, I don't know, whatever. You don't know until you know, right? So
it's the IoT, Internet of Things, and how it's impacting everybody. In this regard, it's potentially very negative. That's it.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
yeah.
I'm doing a little vlog again. I'm going to get you on the vlog, recording the podcast.
Yeah, what up, vlog? G7X. Oh, snap.
Got that Blue Yeti.
Oh, snap.
That Blue Yeti mic.
Hold on. We can't go another talking about what? Was the audio cutting out?
Yeah, audio's cutting out.
I'm not doing anything. It can't be my audio. I'm not doing nothing.
Not doing nothing. All right, what would you like to talk about, Jim? What would you like to talk about and then try to dodge?
Trump. No.
Okay.
No, I don't want to talk about Trump. Is there another topic?
You dodged it before you even got to it.
No, I said it just so that we can just talk about it, just so that it's said within every podcast, because Trump is always something to talk about.
Put it in every podcast, and so I can write it in the description and title.
Yeah.
Just so we get more views.
We'll put a picture of Donald Trump up there too, like huge.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do the thumbnails, right?
Yeah, I got you. This episode's thumbnail is gonna be the Flash thing, though. If I have control over thumbnails, I'm doing everything that's
Oh my God, what did I do?
Or better yet, I'll point. Well, I'll point to your Apple EarPods, and we talk about traitor.
Here, you can snap that right here.
Traitor. We got to find out when did that happen. Do we have a timestamp on this?
Well, the video will be up. It's near the end, obviously, and just whatever.
Dude, who says this is the end?
Well,
oh, shoot. My thing got revoked. It said...
What does that mean?
My App Valley.
Oh, there you go.
This is the second time in a week. All right.
Yeah.
My App Valley, my app, you know, the apps that I use that are...
All your hacks.
It's not...
Yeah, your Snapchat hack, your YouTube hack.
Yeah, all these hacks, it just got revoked while we're on this thing. That's the second time in a week.
That's
no, it happens.
Why, man.
That's why what? It happens. It's the same thing as rooting and needing an update. You got to update. It's the same thing.
That's why I stopped doing that. Just to get away from that.
Well, look, I don't jailbreak. I know what happens when it's revoked, so I just give it its time to do its thing. These guys are really good. App Valley, shout out. They're really good at getting it back up and running within a matter of hours, and that is them going and obtaining a new certificate from Apple and then re-uploading all these apps into their server. So for the fact that they're able to do it within a few hours, I give them kudos. And you know what? If I needed it for like my business, which is why I don't use the Twitter app from the black market, because I just use the regular Twitter app, which sucks. Why does the Apple app suck?
Maybe it's
so
iOS.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have issues.
Can you? Oh man, it's backwards, isn't it? It's backwards. You can't read it. It just says.
I see it.
Says sorry.
Right? Sorry, revoked. You have to talk in order for me to. Actually, I can click your screen. Hold on, wait.
It says sorry, revoked.
We'll fix it ASAP.
Yeah. So then you get a list of people that says like, oh, you guys suck, I blame you, or the other people that are like, we know it happens, it's okay. So there's a lot of like, you know, this and that.
All right.
No biggie.
Let's end it on that. See, that was a short one. Only an hour.
What else do we need to talk about?
What?
You got me in the talking mood right now. Let's go.
Oh, well, you have any more topics? I don't have any more topics. What else? I still have family over and you need to go to sleep.
Bro.
But whatever, if you got topics, bring it on.
The new Mavic Air. I want to continue about that.
Mavic Air. Okay, I was interested. I saw a couple videos and YouTubers review it.
Yeah, I know you watched it, and all these other YouTubers are. Here's what I think. I have a theory on this, okay? Because a lot of the YouTubers that are out there, they're talking about how good it is. They're talking about the innovation. They're talking about the technology. Not many people are talking about it being like, meh. Not many people. The ones that I follow, they constantly talk about, oh, this new technology is amazing, and you know, this is really cool, and the way it's going. Sure, I'll give them that they've implemented a couple new technologies that are, let's just say, forward thinking. But for them to create this new lineup to fit snugly in the middle between the DJI Spark and the Mavic, I seriously think is a waste of DJI's time when they should have pushed out a new Mavic Pro version 2 or Phantom 5. We already know. I'm 99.9% convinced that the Mavic Pro 2 is going to have the camera from the Phantom 4 Pro, which is a 1-inch CMOS sensor, which is going to be better. You'll have more control over aperture, better lighting, more dynamic range. And then the Phantom 5, I'm thinking about this, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be like this. The Phantom 5 is going to have interchangeable lenses, as well as, you know how the Phantom lineup right now is kind of like bulky? It actually looks like really bulky. It's got those doors and legs. I think that those legs are going to fold up so that it starts to become more portable per se, much more so than what it currently is. And right now, like all my friends that have the Phantom 4 Pro, when we go to fly, they bring out this like huge suitcase. They're like, all right, I'm getting ready. I'm like, well, what are you going on a vacation here? Like, no, just my drone. It's just so crazy that they can do it. And the thing is, my drone isn't any worse other than the camera, meaning it could handle just as much as in the Wynn. Granted, the Phantom 4 is a little bit better. And then the battery life, it's just as good. Granted, the Phantom 4 Pro is just a little bit better. The speed, just a little bit better on the Phantom lineup. So, again, I would easily keep the same battery, the same speed, even the same flimsy gimbal. The gimbal is really flimsy on the Mavic Pro right now. I would keep it the same if they're able to put in that 1-inch CMOS sensor, because right now I'm already getting decent image quality through my editing and everything else. So if we can get that extra dynamic range from a bigger sensor, it's just going to make it much cooler. I think that was more of a rant then.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let me give you my side of it, the non-technical opinion review of it, and I guess easier to digest. They came out with a new drone. Let's explain first what. I'm sure they got the hint from what you're saying, but the Mavic is a drone by DJI. It's a drone company. Well, they make other things too, like gimbals, right? But they made a new product in between their cheapest product and one of their more expensive products in the middle. For me, it's not in the area that I would buy one yet. You know, I don't know if they are catering to this one specific set of people. I don't know if people, like everyday people, you know how everybody has a smartphone? I don't think it's there yet. Like everybody's going to buy a drone. And I think it needs to be maybe cheaper. I would say sub 200 before people start. So am I going to get it? Probably not. Is it cooler looking with better features and small? Yeah. But I think it's starting at like $799. Probably not.
So, again, they already started, because they basically have the full lineup up to $1,000 right now, being the consumer level. So you have the Tello, which they just announced at CES. It's only $100, and it comes with all these cool like programmable features, and it's basically like one of those small tiny drones that can flip and do tricks. So that's Tello, and then they have the DJI Spark. I think the Tello has a camera. Yeah, it's probably really bad though. And then they have the Spark, which is their entry-level small drone that doesn't fold up, which doesn't make sense, right? Well, it's because they did it that way. They did it that way so that they can introduce, right now, the Mavic Air, and then, of course, the Mavic Pro. And again, I don't even like that if they at least put it in sequential order, and then they came out with the Mavic Pro last week as opposed to announcing the Mavic Air, it would make more sense. It's almost like Star Wars, you know, how they kind of did it backwards.
Because the people that are buying these drones are the people that would want the Pro, that would spend more money.
What I'm saying,
released it in a nice way.
Well, what I'm saying is that I think people would, if the Mavic Air had came out first, I think then they announced the Mavic Pro, people would be like, oh my goodness, it's a bigger drone, bigger battery, better sensor. Heck yeah, I'm in. I'm not saying that it's not effective now, because again, it still works. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that the way that it works is a little bit differently. And you know, I'm still convinced that they're going to announce the Mavic Pro 2, I would say before the end of spring. Definitely before the end of spring. Because they know that during the summertime, people do a lot more flying. And they know they need to advance. I wouldn't be surprised if it's already made already, and they're just really just holding it up. Especially to the marketplace, you have like the Evo, which you probably don't know them, but Evo just is the newest drone that's going to compete with the Mavic Pro. It does 4K in 60 frames a second, which has been a big request. Amongst other things like longer flight time, better battery and whatever else you may have. So that's all. So
You gonna cash that check there?
yeah, you know it, son.
All right, let's end it.
No, let's not.
All right, what's next on the topic? So much dead air. Let's go.
You tell me. I gave you my pitch. I gave you my topic.
I told you we went through my topics. You have all your topics now.
No, I already talked about technology. I talked about my diet, right? How I'm dieting.
I mean, we talked about fitness earlier on, but no, you didn't specifically say your diet.
Yeah, I'm dieting, but it's not a big deal. Let me ask you. Are you dieting?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just staying away from really bad foods. Like before I would just eat anything.
No, wait a second. I saw the snap from this weekend. Didn't you have cake or something?
Yeah, my one cheat meal for the week. Yeah.
Oh goodness. I hate dieting.
Like normally I save it for Sunday, my cheat meal, but today I didn't have anything bad because I had it Friday. Friday night I went out.
Yeah, it's something about dieting. Like when you're dieting and there's just any like hint of food around, it really just kind of gets to you at a deeper level. Like when I'm dieting, like I am now, and I see somebody with like ice cream, I'm like, you bastard. But then I'm like, you know what though? Maybe that's not the right approach, because maybe what we should do is really be like, I'm not having that ice cream, and this is my reward. It's like,
yeah, no,
you look different, you're more disciplined, you're going to be quote unquote healthier, whichever that means.
Right. That is the total way to look at it, but you don't shame them for having it, you bastard. Like, oh, I wish I could have that, and just talk about that the whole time. Just say, no, thank you. And they're like, why? Come on, no, it's my birthday. It's like, no, I'm just trying to stay away from it.
I'm not even talking coming up. I'm not even talking about talking back to them. I'm just talking about what's going on in my mind process. Like I was at the grocery store today, like literally 2 hours.
You definitely do that though. You do that. Oh man, I feel so fat right now. I can't eat that. That's how you definitely do that.
No. I'll typically eat it and then hate myself. But no, what I'm saying is, I was at the grocery store today and I bought. By the way, today was probably one of my best scores at a grocery store. I spent under $20 and got a decent amount. Whew. Then I feel like I walked away a champion when that happens. In any case, I got like, eggs and turkey sausage and all this other healthy stuff. And I stopped and I walked by the ice cream aisle and I'm like, holy shit.
Don't do it.
It was on sale. You don't have no idea. They had Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars on sale. They had what is it? What are those Klondike bars? Dude, Klondike, yo,
your favorite?
They're up. You know what? I liked Klondike what the way they were, which is just, back when it first came out, it was just like chocolate, vanilla. There you go. Now it's a frozen bar. But now they added like M&Ms, Crunchy, Hershey's, Heath bars, all these other flavors. I'm like, oh gosh. And it was on sale for like $2.88 for a pack of like, I think 8 or 10.
No.
Did I buy it? Did I buy it?
You could, if it did, probably not, because it didn't fit under your budget. You said you spent under 20.
It was $2.88. Trust me, it would have fit my budget easily. Did I buy it though?
I think you can. Yes, you bought one.
No, you have to buy the whole thing. Oh, you mean one as in? I did not buy it.
I think you can do it. You're not having one of those every night or every meal of the day.
Nope.
You have it once for one day in that week, and you have it. For me, I'm not enticed by it. If I see something that looks really good, and in my mind I know, no, this is what I'm trying to do. But maybe one day in the week, I might have an indulge meal, right? I think I'm entitled to that. But that also, getting that meal also makes me think like, oh, I can't wait to go to the gym tomorrow to burn this off. So that kind of helps me and gets me motivated to shock the body a little bit.
Dang, son.
Yeah, I don't think about it too much. It's just like, no thanks. Today we had some like on the table were some like rolls, like dinner rolls. What do you call those?
Yeah,
Pillsbury
just regular.
Doughboy.
Well, wait, is
Really good.
your
I
family
didn't have one.
is your family more supportive of you when you're on a diet? Are they like,
What? Oh
listen,
yeah, they
we're all
know.
Italian here. We know you're on a diet, Gio, but listen, we love pizza.
Yeah, they know. So if they order it and they ask me, "Do you want a roll?" I'm like, "Nope." You know, there was like potatoes there, and like, oh, you got like, I literally got like a spoonful, like this much. Like she's like, Debbie, who never really eats anything, she was making fun of me. Like, I got more potatoes than you. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not trying to eat it. That's it. You know, that's it. It's just no, thank you. That's it. Move on. And
How much weight have you lost?
I had more protein. I'm actually gaining muscles. Like I've been working out a lot, and I guess that's what you do to gain muscle mass.
It sounds funny. The way you just said that, you just play it back in here. I've actually been gaining muscle mass, working out.
Yeah. No, I feel it, man. I feel like everything's like hard. Like I get pumped. You know, I get pumped like I used to.
Bro, is that Gio circa 2005?
Yeah, man. Woo! I've been having a roll. Like I got the roller out first time in a while. I'm like getting sore because, you know, I was only going to the gym like once, maybe twice a week, and now like I'm trying to do 4 to 5. Plus, you know, I'm eating right, so I feel different, better, and more like less tired. So all of it. So got some traveling coming up.
That's cool, man. That's some good stuff.
Speaking of which, I was thinking, should I get, I don't know if you're familiar with it, there's like this TSA pre-check where you can cut the line.
How many times are you traveling?
Well, it's only good for like every year, every 3 years, or whatever it is you have to renew it. I looked it up once and I haven't since, but I think it's like $85, which is nothing. And then
wait, you know, but it's not just you though, because you're going to be traveling with your wife.
But so right, so that's what I have to look up, because do you need it for the whole family? Do you register them too under one membership? I don't know, but I travel for work. I travel, you know, I've got some weddings this year, you know, I'm going next month. So like it might be a good year to get it if I was thinking about it. I don't know if you knew about it, but yeah, I'm going to look into that and see if it's worth it.
Yeah, you should. Let's see how it goes. All right, cool. All right, let's not keep everybody else waiting for the finale.
All right, we're gonna roll that outro music.
No, hold on. The finale is, I'm looking at it. I still got my Christmas tree up.
That's the finale?
No, I don't know. I'm just looking at something. I'm just looking up and I'm like, my Christmas tree is up. And the thing is, it's the smallest Christmas tree ever. And everything just goes into the bag. I am like, I should put it away. All right.
Yeah.
That by the next podcast, that Christmas tree is gone. You're not even gonna see it. That's how I'm not even showing it.
We need to see proof. We need to see proof. Turn a camera, and then we'll see proof next week.
Man, I got like light stands and everything in the way from the headshot that I did, so it's very exciting. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail.
Oh, Brittany needs her graduation pictures.
Huh? Brittany who? Your sister?
My sister. Yeah.
She's graduating college? Jesus, crazy. I thought she just went into college.
Yeah. No, they give her like this graduation package, and it's like ridiculous money that they want. Plus, you got to pay for the cap and this and this. And she's just like, I'll ask Jin to do my pictures. I'm like, I don't think it'll be that much. I'm like, I don't know. Call him up, see what his prices are. So hit her up on Facebook or something, or I'll tell her to hit you up if you want.
Tell her to hit me up. Is she in Philly still? Yeah, good. I actually have to go to Philly for another photo shoot anyway, so if I could set both of them up in the one day, that'd be even better.
Yeah, so, I said you still doing headshot discount type of thing. That was like a good idea back in the day.
There are so many ideas, but like I don't know. I'm moving away from a lot of the like traditional family and whatever portraiture, and I'm trying to get a little bit more specialized. And this year, I want to do a lot more of real estate and weddings, and I would like those two to be more like the bread and butter, something I can focus on. Because with families, I love photographing families, but there's just not enough of them. That is, especially not at the price point that I want to be at. That is going to be that much in demand. But again, I haven't given it up. So just like, you know, as we get the warmer weather gets here, I would like to just kind of spend my time doing certain things. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. And on that note, we mean it. It's been a short podcast. Make sure to tweet Gio any questions. Tell him how much he sucks for not even getting the animal sound that a cow makes. And wish us the best of luck in dieting. And till next time, arf arf.
Peace. Roll the outro.
What do?